right, guys, just wanted to hop on here real quick and say good morning. And as you can see in the title, today we are talking about how to become a better leader, 9 critical steps. Just a little bit high. And so my name is Shay Toya, and this is Mr. David. So we just wanted to hop on here real quick and just share with you guys tips on becoming a leader. A little bit about myself. I've been working for myself since I was 21, and now about to be 29 in August. So with that, it comes with a lot of different either obstacles or things we did or well, and just things that we've learned through this journey of becoming an entrepreneur. And with that, you do have to kind of learn to become a leader, because the only person that's going to make it happen is yourself. And of course, when you're able to, of course, leveraging it as well. And so I also want to remind you guys that tonight we are having a free training. It's the part 2 of when it comes to getting more sales with Facebook stories. So if you guys would like to attend that, it's tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time for free. The first one was amazing. It's one of my mentors. Her name is Lindsay. She's going to share with us a lot of information on how to help you get sales within your business for Facebook stories. Facebook stories right now is kind of where it's at. Even Instagram stories, even TikTok now has stories. So learning how to use that is super important. So if you are interested, just message me and I'll send you the information. And so also, the hashtag for today is live with purpose. I think that's super important that we spend every day living with purpose. So I just want you to live every day with living in purpose and understanding that, you're here for a reason, and we need to define what our goals are and define what is it that we're working on and where we're heading in life. So the hashtag for today is live with purpose. And then also yesterday, I actually heard a great training. Purpose. And then also yesterday, I actually heard a great training. So I went through a great training. It was about, okay, so pretty much it was a great, it was pretty much about the love for opportunity, truly being able to love the opportunity, and truly understanding what opportunity is. So opportunity stands for a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. Something means that is unspecified or unknown. Crazy. So the opportunity relies on your thought process. So we are the only person that can specify what that thought is. And that's why a lot of times we'll hear things differently than someone else when it comes to opportunities or something like, being brought to us, because we've probably heard it before. The opportunity, it was within the beholder. So we must define our opportunity. If not, others will define it for us. It's super important that we define what we want out of life. So when the opportunities pop, we can see it matches our goals and dreams. So I just thought I would share with that, because understanding that you define what your opportunity is, and you define, where you're headed in life and how you hear something is your thought process. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I really honestly never really thought of it like that. When it comes to opportunities, I've heard, a lot of times possibly when you hear something, you might not get the full message. You're not really understanding it. So our thought process is a huge factor when it comes to actually understanding and how big opportunity is, or actually wanting to move forward with an opportunity. And then also, I do think when opportunities do pop up, we have to know where we want to go in life. That way we can see if it matches our dreams and desires. If not, then we need to say no to the opportunity. I think that's super important. And that is something that they kind of talked to us about was, truly understanding and defining what your goals and desires are, where you want to go in life. That way, when opportunities do pop up, you can be like, yeah, that's a great opportunity, but it's not for me. Or that's a great opportunity, sign me up. So it's just something to think about. And understanding that what I just brought up to you guys is a huge factor when it comes to being a leader, truly understanding where is it that you're going, truly defining your dreams and desires, defining what your opportunity is super important. And being a leader is just showing what's possible and standing out in the crowd and making it happen. And that's what it's about being a leader, like actually going out and getting your hands dirty and just, showing people that it's possible. Here are some questions that you could ask yourself. When you think to yourself, what are the majority of your thoughts? Are they negative? Are they positive? Another thing you need to ask yourself is, who am I? A lot of times we're so focused on the person we're becoming, we're kind of forgetting about the person we are currently. So it's super important we think about the person that we are right now. To get to where we want to go, we must know who we are. And I think that's a big factor when it comes to being a leader, is that you have to understand who is it that you are a person, not just where is it that you're headed. And really truly understanding you are a chosen person. You are meant for greatness, and understanding that you can be a leader too. It just takes some actions that we're going to talk about right now. And so my tip number one is to start thinking on your own on all occasions. So a lot of times the way we think is someone's opinion. The bigger you go, the more haters you will have, the more successful you become, more people are going to be looking at you and, talking about you. And you're like, oh my gosh, should I be doing this? Or and you really truly have to understand what is it that your own thinking. And so it's in the bedroom. Yeah. So it's really truly understanding what is your, what is it that you're trying to go to, and, not allowing someone else's opinion to go that direction. So it's super important that you understand that is that you have to, really truly decide where is it that you're going and make that, where is it that you're going. So tip number two is to decide definitely who you are and what you want from your life. This is super important. And as I said earlier about the whole opportunity, if you don't understand where you're going or define your opportunity, it's really going to be hard to, either say yes to that opportunity when it comes to you, or say no, that it doesn't match where I'm currently heading. Super important. Why do you want to be a leader? Super important. You move your life into the priority of your goals. As I said earlier, you defining your opportunity, defining where is it that you want to go. That way, you know exactly what is it that you're working towards. And if you can define this, or you can define your opportunity and who you're leading, working towards a lifetime of freedom. We make the decisions we want to do, something not we have to. So truly understanding that, things that you do in life, we have the opportunity. We get to do things, not I have to do those things. So, just kind of changing your mindset, and then also not doing things because people of their opinions, like not hopping on a live because you're worried about what people are going to think about you, just getting it done. Like at the end of the day, they don't pay your bills. So it's super important that you understand that. So tip number 3 is to analyze every single defeat, review what happened to you, and learn from it. Like, to me, honestly, I really never look at something like, oh my gosh, I failed. No, that's not what happened. I did fail, but at the end of the day, I did learn something, and I'm going to get back up and I'm going to do better. So it's super important that you understand this, that you analyze why is it that you failed, or, what is it that you could possibly do next time so that doesn't happen. And always be mastering your skills, super important. So if you do fail, okay, if you have a coach, or if you have someone that you could possibly talk to that could help you get to the next level, make sure you're talking to them, always be self-improving. And that way, it does sometimes takes practice to become the perfect expert when it comes to, even doing these lives or doing things where you can become, successful. I have to analyze what is it that I'm doing and how is it that I can get better, and seeing from you guys is what is it that I could do. And as I said, talking to your coaches could be that third eye that's needed to take your business to the next level. Super important. And then also finding, a coach, a true coach. There's a difference of a coach and a mentor, and there's also a difference of like a mentor who, who's more of like a cheerleader that's cheering you on. So you really need to find someone that's going to push you and not just cheer you on, because sometimes we need to have that person that's going to make us feel uncomfortable. And so that's the right coach that we're looking for. So tip number 4 is be willing to let your mind receive. So a lot of times when we receive possibly compliments or, and also it doesn't matter who the message comes from. When someone provides you compliments, you respond and say thank you. You actually receive that compliment. You allow yourself to receive the good things in life. Receive compliments and appreciate them and try not to downplay them. A lot of times when people are telling us, oh, you did great, or we'll downplay them and say, oh, but I'm working on getting better. I know I've done that before. Like someone talks about my lives and I bring up a negative of what is it that I'm working on. What I should do is actually receive that compliment and say, thank you. I appreciate that, because when you kind of put a negative towards that, that compliment, people aren't going to want to compliment you, and you're just pushing that compliment away or pushing that person away. So it's super important. So tip number 5 is to recognize your asset. Your greatest asset is time. We only have so much time. So it's super important that we understand this and that we're using our time very wisely, that we're working on, things that's going to help us get closer to our goals. And then also it's very important to think the time that you're spending with either of your thoughts. Our thoughts are super, it's a location where, when it comes to thoughts, we're spending a lot of our time thinking, and if we're not thinking positive, it's just a negative, and it's not going to push us closer to our goals or dreams. And the truth is you can have anything. Okay. So then tip number 6 is recognizing the fear you're feeling. Feeling is a feeler in which occupation occupied when you don't have your mind on your mission. So what that means is when you're feeling fear, or when you're feeling like uncomfortable, or feeling like you don't really know, like you're feeling very uncomfortable, a lot of times it's because you've lost that vision for your mission. So it's super important that you recognize that and you say, oh, I'm feeling very fearful or feeling lost, and then kind of take a step back and actually think about your goals and where is it that you're going? Why is it that you're fighting for your dreams? And understanding that it's so worth it. And, truly understand, knowing that you can have anything you desire. Super important that you know that it's possible. Tip number 7 is when you ask out loud, there is no begging. God or the universe or whatever you believe in, gives to people that ask. So you're not asking, you're not going to receive. So have confidence in what you ask for. Truly, a lot of times we've heard people say ask for things that you already haven't received it. So you can say things like, that I'm, whenever you, so pretty much saying I already have $1 million. Saying things like that, making your subconscious mind truly understand that you're changing your mindset is super important. And decide right now, you'll ask and you will receive. So if you ask for things, you are going to receive what you're asking for. So tip number 8 is to recognize that life is hard and it's okay to allow it to be hard. Master your life, or your life will master you. Things are going to happen. Understand that, things happen. We truly need to change our mindset when things in life occurs. Don't have a self-pity party that, oh my gosh, why did that happen to me? But no, we need to understand, have a better positive attitude about things. Understanding okay, my car broke down. What is it I'm going to do about it? So just, don't have a self-pity party and understand that things do happen and it's just part of life. So tip number 9 is to never accept anything from life you don't want. If you receive something you don't want, then change directions. Be definite of what you want. There's no room for you to be mediocrity. If you want purpose with everything you do in life, really truly have a and having a winning is never quitting attitude. There's a truly only one way to live in life is your life is with a purpose. And the truth is we need to stop caring with what people tell you. Other people's opinions only matter if you give their opinions value. You matter, and the people's opinions don't matter. Just do what you desire. That's super important. And step up and lead people to greatness. You are what people are looking for. So truly understanding, like, people are looking for you. People are looking for you to lead. People are looking for a leader. Are you going to be that person to actually lead them? So it's super important. So, start applying these rules, into your life of things that we've talked about. It's really truly following these rules will help you live in, an opportunity where you could just, live life and not have to, truly be a leader. And again, a reminder tonight, we are having a free training tonight. It's going to be part 2 of learning how to get sales using Facebook stories. And as I said before, that's kind of currently where we're going with social media. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, all using Facebook stories. So truly understanding how to sell with them. There is going to be a Q&A that you could possibly use. Or you can actually ask questions and they're going to answer. Lindsay is the mentor of the community that I'm part of, and she's going to share with you all the information that's necessary for you to succeed when it comes to Facebook stories. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to you guys soon.